All right, I'm done with that music. Oh my god, I don't even know what I watched. Good morning. Yeah, I'm gonna do a quick live review because I just watched the full season, which is literally 5 episodes of Masters of the Universe Revelation, brought to us by Crying Kevin Smith. This is spoilers filled. I'm gonna spoil it as much as I can, especially on the points I covered. And honestly, for 5 episodes, even looking pretty doesn't save this series. It feels like a funeral more than a cartoon series. It literally does. This series feels like a goddamn funeral. Good morning, Shay, and good morning, Geek Time 6. How are you doing? And I'm gonna start labeling stuff up. I'm gonna get right to the point here before I look at one of the articles here, and I want you to. I'm gonna contradict this shit. All right. First of all, we get our first episode, and it's pretty much yada yada yada. And as soon as you hear Sarah Michelle Gellar voicing Teela, you're taken out. You're literally taken out. From my point of view, you're taken out. It's literally Buffy from the Buffy the Vampire series TV show. That's all you'll hear. That's all you'll hear. Now, this isn't a bitch fest, but you'll hear just Buffy from Buffy the Vampire Slayers, the TV series, voicing Teela. And it's even the persona of the voice, the tone of the voice, like everything sounds like Buffy. It doesn't sound like Teela. It sounds whiny and nasally. That's really my first concern. And already there, it pulled me out. And this was in the first maybe five minutes, not even. And I kept pushing on. And as it kept going, yes, okay, now there's Skeletor's at Grayskull, and yeah, things are happening, and we're reaching. This is the first episode. I'm gonna get right in here. There's 5 episodes, and there was about 5 to 6 deaths within 5 episodes. Someone died even twice. Well, 2 people died twice, if you want to actually think about it. And it feels like the only character that that was killed off that had any emotional attachment was the character that leaked death a couple days ago, and that's Orko. Honestly, Orko's character was not only the best voice acted, it was one you can actually attach to. And in a way, I find that sick. That the one character that supposedly they did studies on that everyone hated was the most human. Was literally the most human, and that was Orko. Or oh, dude. God bless your servant. Thank you, Valiant Renegade, for this. You're welcome to come on. I don't know if you guys have seen this yet. Good morning, TT. Good morning, everyone. The voice of Merman, it didn't do the gargle voice. Yeah, I'll get into that in a little bit, but thank you very much, Valiant Renegade, for that. I will give you a super chat a video in a little bit. The immersion was pulled out right away, but I'm going to list off my notes right here. The first one is, hail everyone in the chat. And I usually don't do negative reviews or spoiler reviews that cause friction, but I didn't enjoy it. And Clownfish TV was right. That's a new hashtag I think we should stick with. Good morning, Jester as well, and everyone. But let me list off my notes right here. Sarah Michelle Gellar, the VA for Teela, already doesn't fit. Skeletor, voiced by Mark Hamill, literally sounds like the Joker from the Batman animated series, cosplaying as Skeletor. That is my first concern right there. The voice actors, it seems like they didn't even try to apply themselves to these amazing characters, villains, heroes that have already had enough lore, enough history, enough comics, enough toys, everything. They didn't apply themselves. It felt like it was lazy voice acting. Like he just said, you owe me a favor, you owe me a favor, you owe me a favor, you owe me a favor. And they did the favor, but they didn't do it with the application of love. And already that will hurt a lot of people because they're expecting to see something grand from these people that have voiced so many characters as they've either grown up or that they've been through. It feels soulless in a way. And there's 14 people. Good morning, everyone here. It feels soulless. The next thing, when we're getting into episode 2 with the Poison Chalice, it feels like he just took from Star Trek and just made some weird type of He-Man Borg type. And it was, and the whole weird cult aspect, I found it lazy. The cult and the ability to transform people, to give up your fears and believe in the motherboard. Yeah, well, fuck that shit. No, like it feels like it was lazy storytelling, and I didn't appreciate it. It was souls and it was fun. It feels like it was sewn in. Evil Lynn, and the interaction with Orko, I actually loved it. They seemed to not only connect on players that were on the opposite sides of, let's say, good versus evil. They were able to not see that, and their connection was based off the love of magic and not letting Eternia die without magic. And there they had something grand. If Kevin Smith and whoever else was doing this series, or the 5 episodes focused in on the love of magic and keeping not only the planet of Eternia alive, but the other planets involved alive, it would have been much better. The soul was in keeping the magic alive, keeping the planet alive. But it felt very distasteful when Teela was like, I'm anti-magic. It felt like she wasn't against magic because someone kept a secret from her. It felt like she was against magic because it was just bad. It like magic slighted her. But yet she has spent so many years with He-Man and everyone else within this crew and kingdom that have used magic, the sorceress especially. There is a very big lack of supporting male and strong male characters. I'll lay this out. First episode, not only does He-Man sacrifice himself, it also means Prince Adam sacrifices himself. 2 deaths. 2 deaths in the first episode within the 10-15 minute region, okay? When we get to the 5th episode, not only do they successfully recombine the Sword of Grayskull, I see that, Go-Go. Thank you. Yeah, fuck that. That's exactly right. Not only does Roboto successfully bring the sword back together, it costs him a sacrifice. So he is also another victim. So this is the death so far. Orko sacrifices himself against Scarecrow to save the team. Orko being killed off makes sense now. This is my tweet from earlier. It was the only legit character persona people would attach to. And I believe I'm right on that one, because he was the only one that felt real. And you took the only real character that someone cared about and you fucked it. That's not how you do a show. Mossman gets burnt in the first episode to death by Skeletor, but is later on found in episode 5 reincarnated as a forest. So I don't know if you call that a death and a reincarnation or some type of spiritual reincarnation, whatever it is. Death. A Roboto making the sword, death. He-Man first episode, death. Prince Adam first episode, death. 5th episode, stabbed in the back by Skeletor, death. So we get to watch He-Man die twice and Prince Adam die twice in a 15 episode period. It literally just felt like, you like him? No. And then they do it again. It's like they're trying to traumatize you, but they're doing it badly. And Teela's hate is all based on the fact that she doesn't understand that just because she didn't know He-Man's identity, that she should reject all magic. She should hate everyone. But the thing is, the simplest thing that came from Cringer is like, he trusted you with Eternia and carrying on protecting Eternia. So what if he didn't tell you that he was also He-Man? It seems irrelevant at the time. And Cringer was right. Cringer was another great character. Even though he's weak and he's always cowardly, he's like Orko. The only thing is he survived. He's honest. He's sympathetic. He's empathetic. You can see he misses He-Man. He misses Prince Adam. But at the same time, he's reaching out to Teela when the sorceress eventually gives him the message, gives him the mission, or asks the favor. Please find the 2 swords, recombine them. We need to save magic. And she's like, you gave me this name. And you can see for one moment, it needed a different voice actor, because Sarah Michelle Gellar just is not Teela. I'm sorry. It doesn't feel like the character matched the voice, and it's just, it pulls you out. It's not He-Man Arwen, and I'm going to give this right. I'm not saying Bohemian. I want everyone to go and watch it and give them their own point of view. There's too much death for a 5-episode season. There is too much death. And every time they try to incorporate He-Man into the other episodes, it's all flashbacks. It's all memories of a certain location they did, or what they did at Snake Mountain, or with the merman. And they have this weird, it's like, the more you know kind of shit. It's that, but with He-Man, but they're facing on one of their battles. It's there's too much death for a cartoon that's supposedly a spiritual successor, even though it still says in the Netflix. I'm going to pull this up quickly. Where is it? I gotta find this quickly. Episodes and more. So we're gonna go back to episode 1, and there's a synopsis for this, and it literally says, "No, I want the actual synopsis." It's bad. It doesn't. It is Kevin Smith claims it's a spirit. They can't call the spiritual. They can only call it a spiritual successor. Meanwhile, the actual description of the show says it is a literal successor to the 80s cartoon. So we've already going into the series trying not to feel biased. It's too late because we've seen what he's done with Clownfish and how he keeps going after Clownfish. We've seen how they're saying Teela is not the main protagonist, and then it turns out Teela is the main protagonist. And if all this shit with Kevin Smith didn't happen and he was just blatantly honest saying we're going this way, it'd still be Masters of the Universe, but we're looking at it from a different type of view of a new master of the universe because supposedly there's power for everyone, there wouldn't be all this shit. And trying to actually watch this series without being affected or already seeing this and that, and whether it be Clownfish, Kevin Smith's tweets, this or people's perceptions on, or the leaks, or like saying this will die and this will die, it ruined it from the get-go. And going in, even like from my point of view, like I preach it, don't going in with no expectations, it's a failure because you're already having the expectations of all the hearsay around you. And then when you actually watching it, you can see who has been lying, who has been telling the truth. And then you're watching 5 funerals, 6, 7 funerals of the same characters. Skeletor, he looked like a bitch. All the villains looked like a bitch. Like Teela literally did one kick and slammed I think Skeletor against a wall, and he was knocked out. He-Man's greatest adversary in battle, and Teela just did one kick and like that. That's what I saw, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" It's a mess. There is something I did like. A lot of us saw the articles and were very, very apprehensive of the fact that she was going to be have a girlfriend, and a lot of people probably had the pretense that it was going to be very focused on that was going to be the main character attribute of Teela. It wasn't. You could see their slight romantic connection or their partnership, but it didn't feel like it was. That's why they were together, and that's why Teela is the way she was. That was the good thing I can see about it. That was not pushed at all. That virtue signaling was not there. But when you get to that episode with Orko, and you've seen how he's developed, even for like when they first meet Man at Arms after he's been banned from the kingdom, and he can't even touch metal because he could be put at the stake or killed or murdered for just doing anything at all. And you see Orko for the first time, he's emaciated, he's thin, he's sick because magic is dying, and with him, he is dying. Everyone's dying that's affected by magic. And he still gets up to fight. And Teela's like, well, you can't walk there. We're walking on this mission. He's like, I don't need to walk. I can float. And like, he still has his comedic persona and loyalty to not just Teela, but He-Man and everyone else, because that's how Orko is. They might see him as the jester, but the reason why he's the jester is because he lost the wand protecting Prince Adam, if I'm remembering this correctly. So yeah, he doesn't have his full strength, but he is the best character, and how they built him up just to kill him or make him sacrifice himself was very improper in my opinion. Good morning, brightest day. Teela and her friend. Yes. Hold on a second. I'm spouting a little too much. And I don't want anyone to feel like you shouldn't watch it. You do. You need to watch this. Give it a chance, but go in knowing that this is not He-Man. If I see Kevin Smith and Mark Bernardin, now I'll just change the channel. If it comes to that, then do that. Google 13, and he didn't have the courtesy of calling it chocolate. Yeah. I see you there, Terry. Hello, brightest day. TT says, FAT-STEVENSEAGAL, do you think they had some relationship scenes that were cut out? No. I think after she threw down the crown and renounced whatever, and we see the next scene where she is taking off the helmet with Stinkor, it doesn't feel like a loving relationship. It might be there, but it's subtle. It's more mercenaries, bounty hunters kind of feel. And she'll take any job. It's very Mandalorian feeling, you know what I mean? It has like that Mandalorian feel. I'll take the job, I don't care as long as it pays. And then it feels like she hates magic so much based off the lie that Prince Adam kept from her that she's literally preaching about technology should be the way. And she's holding up the little radar that found the chalice for Evelyn in disguise. We can pretty much figure it out it's Evelyn right away by the color design of the old woman. And it's like, I built this, man built this, technology was built, this can do this, you don't need to rely on magic. And it's like, it feels very harsh the way that delivery comes. I will be a witness to the dumpster fire tonight. I wouldn't say that. It's not a complete dumpster fire, but it's... You see potential in the animation, but it seems now the animation is that Band-Aid that won't even hold a second season together. Watching Prince Adam get stabbed from behind while calling for the power of Grayskull and saying, I have, and Skeletor, and it ends with him wielding the sword, literally saying the same thing, and then it closes to dark, means that not only did they not have enough content to make a longer season, this is lazy. This feels like a hate successor than a successor of a franchise, of heroes growing, heroes evolving. You can hate magic. I understand that. I understand that everyone needs to evolve, especially with series over time. But when the only thing you're doing is being very hostile, are you actually accomplishing here? I'm gonna quickly there we go. And now I'm gonna do this quickly for you guys right here. I don't want to get claimed, but this is what you see in the 5th episode. Skeletor was pretty much alive in essence the whole time, hiding within the head of the I believe it's the heretic staff. You know, the staff he holds that has the like the horns and the skull on it. And he's been hiding beside Evelyn ever since. Prince Adam tries to summon power of Grayskull, and you just see this fucking scene. Let's see, this isn't even for kids. And this is underneath the Castle Grayskull because it's technically this is where it protects all the secrets of the wise Eternians beforehand, all the wisdom of the universe, all everything, all the gathered knowledge is underneath Castle Grayskull. And Castle Grayskull is pretty much like an illusion spell in a way. So we're in the basement right now where the forest is. And when you see this in episode 5, it's brutal. It starts. Sorry, I'm going to take this off camera because I don't want anyone fucking claiming me. Anyone being a dick. Claiming me, I mean, with the algorithm. But you open up killing Prince Adam and He-Man, and you close by killing Prince Adam and He-Man again. So you get to watch the start and the beginning of a 5-part series killing the main protagonist twice. And that's an insult, Kevin. That's an insult to who wrote this and thought it was okay to add this much death in 5 episodes. It's disgusting. You're taking people's childhood memories, their fondness of the toys, whatever they're attached to when it comes to He-Man as a whole, not just He-Man or Skeletor. There's a lot more characters in the whole universe, but you're taking it and going, we'll do this to this person, and then we'll do it again to this person. And you're going to sit there and watch it. And I don't know about you who are like still listening to me talk right now, but you're not acting on behalf of creating something great anymore. You're doing this for a paycheck and to hurt people. You're getting paid to hurt people, and you think you're doing it as a fan. I'm using air quotes right now. And they do. They just care about money, and it's sad. I do agree, TT, but don't give it a shot. I'm sorry if I'm not talking happy, but this show did not make me happy. I have never seen a show that kills people twice in such a short period of time. And I'll reiterate that. First episode, He-Man sacrifices himself. So that means both He-Man and Prince Adam die. Fifth episode, he comes out of Preternia to help save magic for Eternia, gets stabbed in the back, and we watch the death of Prince Adam and He-Man again. Roboto sacrifices himself, or whatever happens, he gets damaged severely to the point where I don't think he survives, helping reforge the sword of Grayskull. Mossman is reincarnated as a forest in Preternia, but he was burned to death by Skeletor in the first episode. So you're seeing a trend here. The fifth episode where we see Mossman, he's there reincarnated where Prince Adam is, but he also was the same person who got killed by Skeletor in the first episode. Orko is lost, protecting the team, trying to get to Preternia by Scareglow, or pretty much self-sacrifice. And Orko there protecting is literally fantastic. He might not have his wand, but he starts believing himself to the point where he's casting the spells that he was known for. And that spell was great. He cast like these three gold rings, right? And eventually Scareglow was getting through these three rings. And he is literally like, Evelyn, look, I'm doing it. I'm doing it on my own. And you can see, you can hear the proud in his voice. And that's where he get even more attached. And then he puts one of the rings on Scareglow's wrists. He brings the second ring down around his body. And he just yells something, go back to where you came from, demon. And then the last ring circles all around them, big flash of light. And the explosion happens, knocking the rest of the team through the portal into Preternia. Teela turns around, and as the portal's closing, it's just rocks caving in. I don't know, TT. I don't know. And it's at that moment, the character that supposedly was studied about, that supposedly everyone hates, 75% hates, it feels like that was the only character that they put enough effort in to hurt the audience. The only worthwhile death, and I hate saying this in this series, was Orko. And not only is it unfair to what they're doing to people in the show, it's unfair of taking away Orko's joy of finally realizing that he can still cast magic without the wand. And I'm being honest, I'm crying a little bit because of this, because Orko looks so frail, and they did it, and I get why Kevin did this, but he did it to hurt people. I don't think he did it to create love for Orko. He did it to hurt people, and I have never really heard many people saying they hate Orko. Orko was the comedic effect, but his loyalty to the kingdom and Prince Adam was undeniable. But yeah, Kevin Smith is a dick, and he looks all excited doing this. And if he applied that much respect and character growth to the rest of the characters in this series, I would have a different outlook on it. It would be fantastic. He was the little buddy. He was like Cringer number 2 in a way, except he would try so hard to keep people to keep people happy or try to help out, even though it ended in like jester jokes, or like in the first episode, Cringer hated the fireworks, right? So he's hiding under the table. And he's like, oh, I got to wait and cast this little spell, but he puts Cringer in a bubble, right? And then all you hear is someone going, well, he can't hear the fireworks. And then you hear behind him, it's like, well, he also can't breathe. So he tries to cast another spell, and it just makes the bubble smaller. He's like trapped in this pink bubble gum. And eventually it's like, oh crap, does anyone have magic that can help me? And someone just walks up and with a pin, like from sewing, pops him out. And that's only one nod I could see towards the original series. It is in no way a spiritual or true successor to the 80s cartoon at all. It's empty. It's soulless. They didn't virtue signal. Maybe I missed it, so that's a good thing. But it's pretty much death and hate. Yet we get to an episode where with Scareglow, where Teela has to fight her fear, because he feeds off the fear, and here her fear is facing He-Man, but it's not facing He-Man as a generalization. It's facing the fact that she wasn't told the truth, or she wouldn't live up to the expectations of what she has to do now, which is protect Eternia, because she doesn't give a fuck about magic. But yet you see this one instance where it feels like she's covered in magic of Eternia to break free of her fear. So already there, it's like there's an underlying storyline that they keep cutting off, but they're not even giving enough breadcrumbs to maintain what's so special about Teela. And I'm going to take a quick break here, because I want to quickly say hi to everyone that's here, because I haven't done that yet, and I didn't even expect 20 people here. I really didn't. But Six, I see you. Hello, Shay. Stream Elements, you're always here. Terry the Mod, you're great. Naughty, how are you doing? TT, I don't think I've seen you before, but nice to see you here. We have Bone throwing the coffee and the burger. Thank you so much. Valiant Renegade, thank you for dropping by earlier. Who else do we have here? She-Mam Talk. It's not She-Mam. It's really not She-Mam. It's just Muscle Mass at this point. Like, you don't even pay attention to it after you hear Sarah Michelle Gellar talk. It just you don't even care about that anymore. Pod Racing Palpatine, nice to see you here on the morning. Gesture Sin, you're always around, waving and smiling, even though you're trying to set me on fire. Pop Culture Activist, hello Jed, I see you there as well. Go 13, Clownfish was definitely right. I agree. You don't have to watching. You canceled last year. Yeah, I gave it a shot. I like cartoons. I grew up on cartoons. I enjoy that type of escapism, but it's now getting to the point where we can't even rely on Western cartoons because they just want to hurt you with them. That's what it feels like, for money. It's all about money. I don't appreciate this. Motherboard, supposedly, I guess it was a way of turning tech into a psychotic cult religion. That's what I'm guessing, because you see them drinking that weird, I guess it's a nanite cup or whatever it was he was drinking out of that turned them into like those weird Borg. But that was a cheapskate move out, and bad storylining in general. I don't like that. Gogo 13 sent a $2 super chat. Thank you. It says it's soulless. F that. F fucks. Yeah. I see Arwen Avalon, who quickly said a comment earlier. Magic is part of the patriarchy, so of course Sheila rejected it. I think she rejected the magic because she was lied to. But she didn't understand. But in the way, that's being selfish. But the way she came across it was very Karen-like. It sounded like there were certain aspects when she was talking about this, and this, especially with the whole radar for finding the goblet. It felt very, I need to see your manager. And, you want to see my manager? I just built the radar. It felt very, not preachy, but whiny. Yeah, he got barbecued and killed off. Yes, he did. But now he's in Praeternia. Who else here? Dadman Walking, good morning. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for dropping by. Decepticon King, I hope you're having fun while you flip off the world. I love that that avatar. The show was not really He-Man. It's Smith's Bizarre reimagining. He needs to at least be honest with what he was creating. He didn't create anything. He killed a lot of things. There's no creation here. That's the problem. There's no actual arc. It is literally going from, hi, He-Man, die, and then finding He-Man again just to watch him die. It is literally a rotating circle. There is There is no story. 5 series. Think about it. This is 5 episodes. Each episode is half an hour long. This is a toy. This is a mini series to sell toys and product and cereal. Go look on Kevin Smith's Twitter. You'll see the cereal, the chocolate bars. This series is nothing more than to line people's pockets while hurting them at the same time. And I will stand by that. Geller's voice sounds labored, as if she was bored. Yeah, I think it was just a favor called in. I agree. And I'm going to state this now before people go on my shit. I already got 4 dislikes. That's cool. Thank you very much. This is my opinion. I have watched the series. I even started rewatching the series to double check some stuff. You don't have to like it, but it's my opinion, and you can't take that away from me. Ever. He used nostalgia on a loose basis. All right. He did. And he did too much death. Definitely too much death. He didn't have that much death. It's just too much death. Who else do we got here that I haven't actually said hello to yet? Brightest Day. Hello. Nice to see a member in the chat. Daryl the Derelict, also a member. Hi, how are you? We will see you Saturday for your dedicated day. And Jester says, Orko was always the best in my opinion, but my jesterhood leaves me a little biased. That might be true, but there's a difference between being a jester and being limited with power. The animation is good, but it's a band-aid. It's like a wet napkin. It's eventually will break apart, and all you have left is whatever crumbs the napkin couldn't pick up. Yeah. And good morning, Terry. Who else do we have here hiding in the distance? Spirian. Good morning, another member. Everyone should be doing okay. I saved them a lot of hassle watching this series. I still say give it a chance. Watch it for yourself. But I can't look at anything that Mattel pulls out that has a He-Man title to it anymore. That was bad. It was bad. And I'm glad you guys are all here today. Thank you so much. And we have Calvary Man Shay saying, good morning. I see you here as well. Orko was the little buddy. Yeah, I agree. I very much agree. And I wouldn't let any kid watch this. With the emphasis on the high emphasis on the death, I would not let anyone watch this if you have kids. And Monkey Jeebus, take all the time you need, and if you need anything from me, man, reach out to me on Twitter, man. I'm sorry. Hey, Lord Thoth, how are you doing today? I see you as well. But if you need anything, let me know, Jeebus. Number of deaths. All right, let's label it off right now. First death. Let's go. 1 death. He-Man. 2. Prince Adam. So we have 1 death, which is He-Man and Prince Adam with self-sacrifice. Mossman. Same episode. So 3 deaths in 1 episode. Then we have Orko. Self-sacrifice. I can't spell sacrifice, but I'm trying. Nice to Scareglow. Roboto, I believe, is also self-sacrifice, forging the sword. So we're at, yeah. So we are literally at. I'll read off my thing here. So the first death is Orko. If we're gonna go right, the first death is Prince Adam and He-Man, self-sacrifice. We then have Mossman burned to death. We have Orko self-sacrificing against Scareglow. We then have Roboto, sacrifice, I guess, due to forging the sword of Grayskull. So what are we up to now? 5. We then have Prince Adam and He-Man dying again, if we're going to go down the same route, by episode 5, due to the fact that Prince Adam gets stabbed in the back by Skeletor. So that also means the reincarnation of He-Man ever happening is also dead. And if we add it, technically, Skeletor was kind of dead, but also hiding in his staff skull that Evelyn had beside her. So we're up to about 7 or 8 deaths in a 5-episode series. They killed off the franchise main character twice, Goblin. Twice. 2 characters died twice. At episode 1 and episode 5. He destroyed. Yeah, he did. Yeah. Literally watch episode 1, then go to episode 5, and you'd be like, what the fuck? That's pretty much all you got to watch. And it's glad to see a new face in the chat. I hope you're doing well, man. What they say, what was it? Notice how the only good guys are being killed. How only the good? That's yeah, I can see that. But there should Dead Man Walking says there should be no death in a show like this. Keep the innocence, and the gall to sell characters are just I'm not buying the action figures. They look cool, but I will not give them money. FAT-STEVENS sounds like I would rather have an experience at colonoscopy awake again in 4K HD instead of watching Masters of the Universe Revelations. This show does give you a revelation. Kevin Smith sold out. That's the only revelation I got. No, it was Skeletor stabbed him in the back. Yep. So he gave up living in Praeternia. Prince Adam did this. Living in heaven, if you want to say, being in whatever form he chose to be, to get stabbed in the back. I can agree with that. He stabbed everyone in the back. But I want to bring up an article quickly because I saw this and I was like, I'm going to save this for after I have my spiel because I'm not hating I don't hate the persons. Let's get this straight. I don't hate the persons who created this. I don't hate them. It's wasted energy. Hating someone is wasted energy. You just pretend they don't exist or just don't acknowledge their existence because that way it'll save you. But the actions of a person are what go the long road, and the actions of these people are not only to be criticized, but they're to be judged whether you hate it or not. And this is a failure of a series. It's only saving grace they think was going to be a toy line. What they should have done is release the toy line and then focused on building the characters in a new era of Eternia where magic is going to die because of how things happened. And they didn't do that. But where is this? All right. Now we're going to look at this because this makes me laugh. Now, the article here in question says, this is from Mashable. Kevin Smith made a new He-Man for Netflix. It rules. Seriously, this is so good. Now, what I say with this is shill. Shill, and you're wrong. It means either you didn't watch it or you had no care of the characters. You ever sit down and think, really think about the name He-Man? What is that? What does it even communicate about this character? There's always been an inherent silliness to the classic Mattel toy line. Names like Manny Faces, Evil Lynn aren't exactly born out of a laser-focused brainstorm. No shit. It was the 80s and it had a pun. That's part of its charm. But that silliness now is intrinsic to the DNA of anything connected to the man who is he. Just say He-Man. Why the fuck are you doing this? And it absolutely hovers over every frame in Kevin Smith's new Netflix series, Masters of the Universe. The 5-episode release, which amounts to one half of this new story, is for all intents and purposes a continuation of the children's cartoon. This is not a continuation of a children's cartoon when there is more death than a goddamn Halloween movie. What the were you watching? Hi, Zax. I see you here. Good morning. But yeah. Well, they're also going after the new Ratchet and Clank, saying, "Why are you giving that space rat tits?" And I'm like, "Oh my god, here we go again." I'm gonna blow this up. Yeah, I'll blow this up so we can actually read this because this full screen layout. So as we go through this, and you can read with me, the 5-episode release, which amounts to one half of this new story, is for all intents and purposes a continuation of the children's cartoon that aired in its last episode, 1985. But Kevin Smith, it wasn't a continuation. So how is it a continuation? You're literally just mainstream mediating him his own lie. So on you. Revelation's first episode in pace and in substance actually feels like a product of the decade. It started out like that. It did. I will give you that with Orko and like the whole celebration with the fireworks. I'll give him that. It's a great ease in for a story that quickly shifts gears and jumps ahead in time and refines our understanding of the fiction. No, it was murder. There was a lot of murder and death. Don't placate this shit. That's wrong. I am not sure what there's a better geek for this assignment than Smith. Yeah, the fake He-Man find who has no love for He-Man, which we have clips for. You have definitely been paid to write this article. You spent an entire scene in one of his early movies considering the gruesome carnal reality of Superman. On you, don't care. He's good at spotting and digging into unseen angles. No, he's good at getting product placement, money, and lying and crying. That's what he's good at. And got subversive sensibilities and equally important for Revelation. He's not a dipshit. Wait, hold on. I wish I could put my finger over he's not a dipshit and just call it he's a dipshit. He's a dipshit gatekeeper about any of it. Yeah, he is. He's a dipshit. Gatekeeper, maybe not, but he's a dipshit. For any youthful missteps, Smith's brand of geekdom has always tilted towards being all-inclusive. There wasn't even any inclusivity with this series, so I don't even know why you brought that up. So it is now this new vision in Masters of the Universe is certainly about He-Man, but it's not his or his puny alter ego. So you're now insulting Prince Adam story. Though the inevitable I have the power transformation sequence is all a fan could hope for and more, but Revelation creates a space for a wider cast of Eternia's heroes and villains to shine. I don't believe that's true because He-Man, even the one in I think 2002, everyone got a fair share of the scenes because you had a full team. He-Man was a hero blessed with the magic of the sorceress, but it was still a team that always fought together. So, as well as Skeletor had his Snake Mountain and all of his crew, as well as any other outside forces. So, right now, this whole article is bullshit. With magic fading out of the world, its champion rendered a distant memory. Wow, just a memory. Yeah, that's cool. An unlikely alliance forms to save all of creation. No, it means that people were able to make their free will because the main, let's say, villain was gone. They were lost. They were trying to find a new way. It wasn't opening an unlikely alliance on purpose. It's because the sorceress reached out to Evelyn to help save Eternia's magic, because Evelyn uses magic and she's technically a wizard, a witch, whatever you want to call it. So of course it's going to be an unlikely alliance, because at the end of the day, the evil was added afterwards. Her real name is Lynn, and she even says this to Orko, and they actually have a little giggle about it. That was one of the great scenes. This is you need to get rid of the quotations and put lips and then Kevin Smith's ass right here. That's the way I look at it. The transformation was Super Sailor Moon transformation. Yeah, Loki, if you want to jump on, man, if you've seen this, I'll send you the link, man. Get in here if you want, man. R1 says, I went into it trying to be positive, but that ship sailed faster than pee down a drain. Yeah. And the Ginger Ninja, good morning. How are you doing? Feel the hatred. I see failed geek. Smith is an asshole. And if anyone from Netflix is watching this right now, Smith, you're an asshole. The one character that you made more human than anyone else in this 5-part miniseries, you did that deliberately to hurt people. No forgiveness. Now, give me 1 second while I invite Loki on. We'll get back into this article. Sorry about that, man. There we go, Loki. Yeah. But and I'm not trying to upset anyone here. I'm not trying. Hey, Fuel, I'm glad to see you here too, man. I am not trying to fuel the fire. I'm not saying doing anything. I still stand by the statement. Give this show a chance, but be prepared to see more death in a supposed kids cartoon than you would see anywhere else. Smith isn't exactly subtle with his themes or subtext. The beginning of the end for Eternia is a direct result of the age-old struggle between He-Man and his arch nemesis Skeletor. You mean the Joker? Now, the only hope is a crew that's led by two powerful. Oh, for fuck's sakes! Your article is more woke than the 5 episodes. I'm not reading that. They were warriors. That's it. Teela and Evelyn, but that's wrong because Evelyn didn't join later. It was actually Andra Andra and Teela that you see at the first scene after the whole the self-sacrificing whatever years later. So technically Evelyn isn't found till later until she employs Teela and Andra to get the in the episode Poison Chalice, the chalice away from the psycho cult for Motherboard. So this already there, that article is wrong. It's already wrong and misleading. Revelation rightly recognizes that, silliness aside, there's a deep bench of compelling personalities in the He-Man verse that are worth exploring. Orko and Cringer are allowed to own some of the most powerful emotional beats in the first 5 episodes. There's yes, and then you days are yes, but they were also told that that one of them is the most hated characters, so that you did that deliberately. Teela is finally giving an opportunity to grapple with the fact that her old friend Prince Adam was also He-Man. Yes, that's where her hate came from. Oh shit, because that secret was kept from her. And I'm gonna welcome people right now because Stone Cold Loki with it's Stone _ Skeletor. Hi Loki.
I have the power. No, you have the soy, bitch.
Oh, for fun. I don't think it was soy. I think it was just made to hurt people.
Yeah, well, they said that. He said that. Literally, fucking Kevin Smith said that. There are things in this that were designed to piss off the original fans. So, yeah, of course.
This whole article is a lie. None of it. The article doesn't even match what I just watched at all.
Well, we had...
Guess who it's by? I'll give you 3 guesses. Adam Rosenberg.
Oh my God. Yeah. We had someone in chat today say, God, what did they say? They said something about son of a bitch, it slipped my mind now. I'll think of it later. Okay. Yeah. It's shit. It's shit. When the 80s movie with Dolph Lundgren is better than this, there's a problem.
I love that movie. I don't care if people say I love that movie. So I'm gonna hold on. I'm gonna quickly do this.
I hated the Earth stuff. I wanted more Eternia. That's what I wanted. You're an Eternia.
What do you see when you see this?
Yep, the death of He-Man.
Twice, Loki. Twice.
The death of He-Man. Of course.
Have you ever seen a cartoon where the main protagonist dies twice? That's 4 deaths of 2 characters, the same characters. He-Man and Prince Adam die by self-sacrifice in the first. And then, since Prince Adam gets stabbed and killed in the 5th, that means it's the death of He-Man as well.
This was never designed to be a love letter to the 80s. This was designed to destroy what you hold dear, and it's not the first time. It's not the first time. It won't be the last time.
No, but Kevin Smith can't hide behind his lies no more.
Nope. He went after.
Clownfish.
Clownfish TV, and called them all liars and called them all deceivers. And no, they were right. They were right. They called it.
I would rather watch He-Man get pegged.
He practically did. I mean, he practically did. You just look at the way Teela acts in this, and it's one big fuck He-Man.
But do you think it's fuck He-Man because Prince Adam couldn't trust her with the secret? Or do you think it's fuck He-Man because the magic is what kept the lie going?
Okay. You saw the thing with his mom. He did not know his mother knew. They alluded to the fact that his mother knew who He-Man was.
And the king didn't.
But she never comes out and talks to him about it. So Teela acting like you all knew, and you all lied to me. No, his mother suspected, and I'm pretty sure she was pretty confident in what she thought, but she never knew. She was never included in that secret. So it's all hate. It's all hate for the original. It's all hate for the men. And when fucking, this is what someone said. Now I remember when Grace fucking Randolph says you have no strong male leads. It's called He-Man, and you have no strong male leads. There's a problem.
There is, especially when Grace Randolph says that.
So,
but yeah, and honestly, I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt here. The best characters and the best interactions was Cringer talking to Teela, Orko, and Evil Lynn.
Oh, yeah. Mina Headley kicks the fucking door down as Evil Lynn.
And the whole thing when they're finding the shades of the of his race, right? You know what I mean? Though, and they become, it's like
I haven't seen that. I've only seen the first 2 episodes.
Yeah,
We literally watched the first 2 episodes before the stream. Like, we finished the first 2 episodes 10 minutes before the stream started.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just showed you the 5th episode.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I don't care about spoilers. This show sucks.
Well,
I don't really care about spoilers.
Orko though, you have to get to, I think it's 3 or 4 scare glow, and when you see Orko's joy when he starts casting his literal magical potential and spells and the happiness, and he's looking over to Evelyn going, "I'm doing it, Evelyn. I'm doing it." That was the best respect I've ever seen given to Orko, because he finally realizes. I said this before. He realizes his potential. I love the reluctant hero. I also like the hero that can't see their own potential. I like that, because that's where they get they grow the most with their inner power. And why couldn't they apply that to the whole series? 5 episodes. That's it. 5 episodes. That's fucking lazy. What did you think of the Borg?
I don't know how much you heard this morning. This, when how we talk about character insertion, inserting your self-insertion into your comic. We talked about that on the roundtable before. He literally inserted his daughter into this show. She is the girlfriend of Teela. Oh, what do you want to do? I want to be Teela's girlfriend. Okay, little Harley, you can be. We'll insert you into the show, and we'll make you a black woman.
So you think it could have had the way his daughters and wife have been acting with their feminism? It's been affecting him to the point where
this show is for her. The show is not for him. This show is for her.
Well, it can't be for him. He's not a He-Man fan. He's already been caught saying that. So that makes no sense. But finish this series if you can. We're gonna finish this up Monday. We're gonna watch the 3 other episodes Monday morning, and we're gonna watch the rest of it. We're gonna review the rest of it on Monday. Jester says, I feel it's more like let's come together, but not you guys. You guys are awful. Only people that died were men.
We had a person calling us toxic males in chat, even Purple. They called us all toxic. You're all full of toxicity.
Who did?
This show with this fucking person in chat this morning. I didn't know about it till after that. I couldn't fucking tell you. I just know that they said this show was stunning and brave, and it's a masterpiece. And then you're all toxic. You're all full of so much toxicity. This is the best new show in the last decade.
I want to say one thing. Kylock, watch the original, watch the Dolph Lundgren movie, and watch the anime style that came out. I think it was 2002, right?
It was 2002. They stole things from the movie, from the Dolph Lundgren movie, and they stole things from the 2002 animated series.
Yeah.
So they said this is going to be in the 80s. This is what happens right after the 80s. It's this continuation from the 80s show, but they took things from the movie and they took things from the 2002 show.
Oh my God. I'm going to quickly read a little bit more about this, but I had no idea he had such depth. Bullshit, shut up. But also, this is still a He-Man show. Revelation picks up where the cartoon left off. Bullshit. And its first episode particularly feels like it's been produced in 1985. The chunky, imperfect animation is perfectly... How many perfect is he using here? It's perfectly complemented by the soaring symphonic score.
It's perfect. It's perfect. No, and that Bear McCreary score, there's barely anything there.
No,
the opening segment, the first 3 or 4 minute opening segment of the first episode, where they kind of reintroduce you to Grayskull in the story, that was fucking great. Everything after that drops off a cliff, and you don't really hear any soaring symphonic score. I'm a huge Bear McCreary fan. I have all the Battlestar Galactica CDs. I have records. I love Bear McCreary as someone who comes in and gives a great score for TV and for movies. I couldn't have told you this was Bear McCreary because there's just nothing really there.
Yeah, I agree with you. And Machine Goblin makes a good point. If they kill off He-Man, how is it a He-Man show? Well, it's now He-Man the Funeral. That's what it is.
It's not He-Man. It's
Masters of the Universe or Mistresses of the Universe.
It's Mistresses of the Universe.
Qui-Gon Gimli says, nice to see a new face in chat. It's probably been a while. I went into it expecting it to be the Teela show. It was a good story for a Teela show. The animation, the fights, and voice acting was good. I wanted to see how it ends. Okay. I respect that. If you enjoyed it, good.
They should have been honest. See, that's what's pissing people off, Qui-Gon Gimli, is that he wasn't honest. He said this would be about He-Man. It's not about He-Man. This is the Teela show. They should have called it Teela, the Mistress of the Universe, or Teela, the True Warrior of Grayskull, or some shit like that. If they'd done that and been honest about it, instead they called it He-Man, and it is not a He-Man show.
You're going to find something a little messed up because when you get to the episode where she's facing off with Scareglow, she has a weird symbol starts glowing on her forehead that looks like magic.
Yep.
And she's an orphan, right?
Right.
$50, I'm guessing she's an orphan of the sorceress.
Yes.
Any money.
And she was always destined to have the Sword of Power. He-Man was never, that was an accident.
Yeah. But he did the best he could. But that's the whole thing though. Like for someone who hates magic so much to be easily swayed to pick up the mantle to go save magic and save Eternia, it doesn't feel like the reluctant heroine at all. It doesn't have that trope at all. It feels like it's an angry woman being told what to do, like a spoiled brat. She acts like a spoiled brat. Do you like her voice at all? Sarah Michelle Gellar's? No, it feels like Buffy, right?
Yep.
It's literally Buffy. I'm waiting for Spike to pop out of nowhere. Like that's literally what I'm expecting. It's bad.
She acts like she is 16 years old again, and I don't want to be the Slayer.
Yeah, that you just nailed it. That's exactly what it was. And the only time if it's about He-Man, they use a little memory. Remember the memory gaps at the beginning of episodes where it has He-Man fighting someone, and then it goes, "Here's like you're more you know," and He-Man just saying, "Haha, without good friends, there are no good," and then it fades off into Teela's angry face.
Yep. Karen of the universe.
That's pretty weird. Where is that? Oh, thank you, Arwen. I love you. That's beautiful. Mr. Dragon, new face in the chat. How are you doing? Nice to see you here. Hello, Fat Steven. I expected this to happen. Kevin Smith lies, leads to his failure, and Clownfish was right. This isn't He-Man, isn't for me, according to Kevin Smith himself. No, because he did it to hurt people. He did it for a paycheck. Because if you look at his Twitter feed recently, you will see all the products he had for this 5-part series ready to go as soon as the series drops. Have you seen it? Like the cereal on that post, the chocolate bars, everything. I'm like, this is all about product. They're trying to do the Mattel thing, but the problem is Mattel did it better.
Kevin Smith is not Kevin Smith anymore.
No.
The guy you know as Silent Bob, the guy in all those old movies, Mallrats, Dogma, it's not Kevin Smith anymore. It's just not. He cries now. He cries. He just cries in hallways.
What we should really do is just... Is that what he's trying to do? Do you think because everyone was mocking his crying, he was trying to get people to cry so he can mock them?
I don't know. I'm not going to cry for this show. It's not.
I cried for Orko. I cried for Orko. I'm sorry. I did. I can't help it. I can't help it.
I haven't gotten there yet.
You will, and I hope you get what I mean when you see it, because if he treated the same amount of respect to Orko like he did everyone else, it would have been a great show. This would have been fantastic. Like there it was, and he just put his boot on it. Polymies Million says he's sold out. He is a sellout crowd, says Terry Wilkin. Kevin Smite, that sounds pretty funny. Release the Kraken. How are you doing? Good morning. We have Spirian, who's also saying good morning, another member of the chat. Machine Goblin says, it feels like what Sony did to exactly, except less pegging. And poor Mossman.
It's not Mossman anymore. It's Ashman.
No. When you get to Preternia episode 5, he's reincarnated as a forest. I mean, he actually has a form and talking again. Yep. But why isn't Orko in Preternia? Or is that because he's from a different dimension? That's kind of iffy, right?
Yep. Smells like pine.
Smells like pine, yeah. But that was the Joker talking. It wasn't even Skeletor.
Nope. That was all Joker, except the laugh wasn't there.
Yeah. And it didn't have the nasally cackle that I was expecting. Not one bit. Other than that, let's get back in this quick article quickly. I want to finish up this Shill story. Longtime fans will certainly thrill over the deep cut nods peppered throughout Revelation. No, they won't. Seeing characters like Scarecrow Scareglow, and Triclops. Henry Rollins, he did a good one. He played a great cult leader. I'm going to give him that one. Pop-up is exciting, but the real thrill comes from learning what time has or hasn't done to them.
Did you catch that Triclops, that whole scene with the cult? That was from Return to Planet of the Apes. That's the nuke cult. That's the atomic bomb cult.
Oh, that's also in Logan's Run, isn't it?
Kind of, but not really. Trust me, it's more Planet of the Apes. As soon as he was talking about like the motherboard and how they were worshiping tech, that is all off of Planet of the Apes. That's that underground cult that worshiped the atomic bomb.
Yeah, it's like the Children of the Atom kind of thing.
Yes,
it's like it's also you can see that in Fallout as well. But Qui-Gon Gimli, the 2002 remake was better. Adam was 16, but wasn't a total wimp. Adam was being trained by Teela, but she didn't overshadow him. Right there, Kylock. After you're done with the 85 series, go to 2002 and stop there, or take a chance. But I will not recommend this. The delivery was horrible. FAT-STEVENSEAGAL, exactly. Well, thank you. I'm glad somebody finally agreed with me. It's all good, but that's facts.
May I comment on Arwen Avalon's?
Oh, of course. You want the Shakespeare one?
Dost thou know, Sir Smith, that thou so sucketh thou ass? Yes, absolutely.
Yes. Bring me my sported dick while I kiss and smite thy ass that was once the smith of Kevin. Earth, wind, simp, and tire. Where has my loins been? Sorry.
Go, Captain Sludge.
Watch as my balls go across the face of every fan who thinks I'm a real fan, and I shall laugh at them and call them liar while crying for more. No, there's no pronouns. None of that shit's in there. That's the only other second thing I can give that. Because how's he going to announce his pronouns? It's in the fucking title.
Yeah.
What's it going to be, like asterisk man? Oh, dude! But if you can, I'll put the link in the description for this article afterwards. But let's get back into Adam dumbass talking here. Most people of a certain age can immediately summon up a mental picture of Castle Grayskull, but Revelation gives us a chance to learn the iconic structure's deeper truths. Not that you need to be a fan to appreciate what Smith has done here. Yes, you do, because no fan will ever appreciate this. That's what you're literally saying.
No.
You know what this means right here? Anyone who isn't a fan will appreciate this cartoon.
Yep, and
that is literally the message right here.
What they did to Castle Grayskull is a giant slap in the face.
Oh, the whole Kingdom Come weird shit here, like the
yep.
Yeah.
Mikey Spock sitting there looking confused.
Mm-hmm. I did like Evelyn though. I liked Evelyn. I liked the interaction with Orko. I'll stick with it. That's one. If I can cut them all out and put it into a shit, it would be great. It'd be better miniseries. I followed everything in Revelation. There were references I spotted, and surely tons of others that I missed. But it's the story that kept me on the edge of my seat. Smith gives viewers all the information they need to form connections and understand relationships. The wink, why? The wink, why moments
Winky.
are odd. Winky, why is there a dash there?
I don't know.
You can't spell, bro. But in a way that's likely to inspire a dive down the wiki rabbit hole, and then they're all be called what the fuck when they do that. Then there's the silliness, from Triclops' transformation into the pope of a ridiculous techno cult to epic one-liners like in reference to the main character Merman, Kevin Conroy. There's something fishy about that guy. Yeah, well, that's cool. Revelation intentionally, Revelation intentionally hams it up at every opportunity, and consciously so. When Teela says that He-Man has the sense of humor of a teenager who didn't get out much, that's because that's right. She assumed that he was literally always stuck to the castle and the throne with his teachings. Am I wrong on that one?
It's not funny.
No, I don't say it was funny. No, I don't think it's funny at all.
I know. But this guy is like, oh, it's so intelligent and witty. No, it's not. It's not witty. It's not winky. It's not wise. It's not funny. It's not. It's sad. It's really fucking sad.
Yeah. The only real complaint I have is the release strategy of breaking this 10-episode arc up into 2 content drops. No, it's perfect because we get a whole space to go. Never again. Because they're going to see the drop in the viewership. That's a Netflix problem more than it is a creative problem. But it's a real bummer to know that the wait here has more to do with business considerations than it does creative constraints. You probably want to know why. They want to see how much shit they can sell before they drop the next 5 episodes. The full story will be told in due time, but Revelations ends up feeling like a half a story in the end because that's exactly what it is. So if it feels like that and is exactly what it is, why did you even write that sentence? I don't blame Smith for that. I do. Really, he deserves our thanks. No, he doesn't. He-Man is a tough proposition for a modern day update. Okay.
Modern day update.
Yeah,
this is what they call a soft reboot, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to connect it to the original show, but we're going to do all our own shit in modern day with modern day politics, with modern day agendas. And you're just going to have to deal with it because that's the way we do things.
Yeah. What's funny, Mr. Dragon says, I think that Valiant Brother before. What's funny is that Netflix already lost 500,000 subscribers, and I think Teela will make it even worse for them. I'm pretty sure it's getting a lot of rate down votes in otherwise ratio. Of course, and Rotten and Kevin Smith even like put up the whole critic reviews from Rotten Tomatoes, like because everyone believes Rotten Tomatoes at this point. Insert the sarcastic noise. Oh, sorry, it's on vacation. He-Man is X-Men pretty much. Qui-Gon says, I don't mind Andro, but race swapping King Grayskull was dumb. He is related to He-Man. There are way too many puns in that show. Yeah. Kevin Smith just tweeted praise from a parent sharing this with his 7-year-old. Well, okay, that's the parent's choice. I will not judge or criticize that. But as we were getting into, where is this? Even just looking at the gender politics then versus now, there was no gender what?
Yep.
There was no gender politics in this. This is one series.
There has to be, though. There has to be.
There isn't.
No, I agree with you. But to them, there has to be. There must have been people exactly like us fighting for gender inequality. They were just silenced and they were kept under, and they really did exist. They just weren't allowed to do what we can do today. So we have to fight for them, ladies and gentlemen.
This is one series that could have easily been shoved aside and left to gather dust forever. Yeah, it should have, so you wouldn't have fucked with it. I agree with that part. But Smith himself, a product of 80s culture and bending the knee to his wife and daughter, that the He-Man cartoon helped to define, saw something special here. Yes, money. Revelation shines a light on that specialness. Yes, greed and hypocrisy and lies and tears. I'm not going to go on. Everything from He-Man's past exists for one purpose, to sell toys. And that's what Kevin Smith's main baseline for this whole series is. Thank you for being honest on that part. The cartoon, the comics, all of it was created because Mattel wanted to develop this toy line as a response to the success of Star Wars action figures. The original cartoons then were toy ads. No, they became something more than toy ads. They became a universe. It got a motion picture. If you call Dolph Lundgren's thing a motion picture, I still do. It was more than just toys when the popularity grew. There are literal conventions dedicated to He-Man or Masters of the Universe. There's so much more than just toys now. Masters of the Universe Revelation has a sales pitch as well. It's nostalgia first and foremost, but it's also far more than that. Smith's take is peddling the idea that even the childhood things we remember most fondly can live on in new and in updated forms. Yes, in green currency, also known as money. They can change as the world changes, just as it is in Eternia. The magic may be fading, but fresh faces and new ideas are awaiting in the wings to save it. Okay, if magic is fading and it is let to fade, that means Eternia dies. That means the planet's dead. It cannot support life. No. Fuck you. No. This whole article is bullshit. And for anyone who wants to read Adam's Mashable, hello, Subhuman. That's what I was basing off our crap. So I'll put that in the description later. And hello, Subhuman. Nice new avatar. How you doing? And we DP. Newsflash. The author regarding gender politics, we don't care. But that's the whole thing, though, Arwen. There is none in the series. In the 5 episodes, there's nothing. I'm going to watch this just so my jokes can be accurate. I've heard enough to know I won't enjoy it. I'll probably fall asleep, but all the best comedy comes from pain. Yeah, that's why diarrhea is so funny. How do you feel, Loki? I know you've already gone through this stuff.
I think that the show fucking sucks. He lied. Clownfish TV called all this. He lied about it. Kevin Smith lied. He told it's one lie after the other. No one who loved He-Man would do this. This is agenda-driven bullshit. They want to say the original 80s cartoons was nothing more than a toy commercial. This is nothing more than agenda-driven dribble. Try saying that 3 times fast.
Dribble, 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 dribble.
Agenda-driven dribble.
Agenda-driven dribble. Agenda-driven dribble. Agenda-driven dribble. Agenda-driven dribble.
Nice.
I have ADHD, bro. I can do it. My grandmother used to call me motor mouth because I wouldn't shut the fuck up. So yeah.
Wasn't that what we still call you on the round table?
No, you call me Fat and Crisco, you bastard.
Yes. Yeah.
But yeah, I will watch the next 5 episodes whenever they come out. But at this point, Clownfish was right. And that's one hashtag that they deserve to say. And actually, I'm going to put that in the Clownfish was right. I'm going to put that in the actual show tags just so they can hear it. And Neon and Princess Geeky Sparkles, keep going because you were right. And who else do we have here? I want to thank everyone for being here. We're going to end shortly. I do have to get ready for the lunch table, but I just want to get this out here while it's fresh in my head.
Well, thank you for the invite. Really?
No, you're welcome. No, thank you for joining me. I feel honored and respected that I got to do a follow-up morning show to your morning show without taking away anything.
Well, I'm starting able to guest more again because I'm not fucking packing everything in my house up.
Yeah, and
I'm unpacking. That's easier. Apparently.
What are you having for breakfast, by the way? I've been hearing you eating the whole time.
I'm not eating.
Oh, okay.
No eating.
No.
I had a piece of candy.
Oh, the caramels. I forgot about that. Yeah. I was there.
I'm so sorry y'all can hear that.
No, don't apologize. You couldn't.
If I didn't know, I need something. Guys, I towards the end of my move, I picked up cigarettes again. And yeah, so I smoked until I got to the new place. Now I'm not smoking again. So it's like I've got to constantly be chewing on something and gum doesn't work. So caramels, I found that the Werther soft caramel chews rock. So and do exactly what I need. But they're going to send me into diabetic coma. So
well, no, what you do is you nail it. You find the caramel flavored vape.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I'm doing that too. Vape's saving my life right now.
All right, well, this article is going to be in the description. I shared it in the chat now, but quickly before we... Oh, God, I got to get rid of that scene before I get claimed or some shit. No, they won't claim it because it's paused.
It's paused.
Yeah, but I have to give 2 super chatters who donated. Thank you very much, but I want to give you a video, and I don't know what to... I know. We'll just do... this is what Kevin Smith needs right about.
This town needs an enema.
Taking on my free press.
Oh, I'm so sorry. And then we got one for Valiant Renegade.
Oh my God, we have almost the same skull.
Oh shit! Well, you have the Dragon Zord as well.
I played that one this morning, yeah, because Brightest Day had been asking me for a Dragon Zord.
When he started asking for it, I made one like that same day. So I was prepared. Zach7 says, and another member of the channel says, Clownfish was right on the front of the shirt. And whoa, nope. Don't put that word in there. Nope. That's supposed to be a banned word on my channel. I'm sorry, bro. I'm very particular with that. No, my balls just tightened. Yeah. Oh shit. I hope everyone has a great day. I want to thank everyone who dropped by, whether you agreed with my opinion or not. This was a spoiler review. I want to thank Loki for dropping by. I'd like to thank Loki's Caramels for dropping by. Yeah. Everyone in the chat, you have a great day. I got about 40 minutes until the lunch table with PJ from Orville Nation joins us. And then I'll be doing something later tonight. And before we drop the ball, Mongo Big Thinks, another member of the channel, says, could you pick up that? Oh, all right. Hold on. I'll do that next time. I should have done the review with that. But before I do that, Mongo, thank you for that super chat. And I will most definitely give you What should I'll give you this. There we go. And I think I know what you're asking for. I think the whole series would have been better with Skelebetus.
That's not me. That's my evil cousin, Fat Skeletor.
I can't fight He-Man no more, so I just eat this burger and dog.
Skelefat.
I love it when my sausage shakes.
Don't let Steven trick you. He dips that son of a bitch in Crisco.
I do, and then it turns out to be bacon. And for all the ladies who are still in the chat, I will add this to it. There you go. There's some Henry Cavill to get that bad He-Man taste out of your mouth.
I swear you like looking at guys more than you like looking at girls.
Actually, no. The reason why I don't look at girls is because I don't want to be called a sexist or a pig.
Oh, I love that. By all means, call me a sexist or a pig.
I am a full woman.
In a way, I am a sexist. So fuck it.
There you go. I got a woman for you right there.
That's not a woman. That's a man, baby.
And don't forget, there's always time to remember Nicolas Cage Universe Loki. He's wearing those pajamas somewhere, just not here.
I use my mic to block him out.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. I don't know. I guess because I have women on the panel sometimes, I don't want to feel like I'm being offensive, but you're right. I should probably get some females in
Yeah,
there.
fuck it.
Yeah.
And most of them like it. Like when I had Mandy on, fucking Mandy loved that shit. I'm sure Mary would love that shit. Purple loves that shit. So yeah.
Shay
who
says,
cares?
Shay says, don't eat too much sugar-free candy. It will make you poop. You have been on Amazon reviews too long. But everyone, great take on this. We're all going to have fun roasting Kevin Smith. The rest of our YouTube feeds are going to be full of that.
Yes.
But I want to thank all my members, all the people who showed up, whether you liked, disliked, slammed the notification bell. Thank you, because it means you listened for a little bit and you heard a different opinion. You don't have to hate it, but you do got to give it a watch before you judge another person's opinion. And with that, I wish you all a great morning. See you in a little while. And we're going to end it with what we started with, a little bit of Deadpool.